Una propuesta teatral entre The Lillies y Teatro Republique de Dinamarca llega al Festival Internacional Cervantino con un clásico de Shakespeare, Hamlet. Thank you very much. So what's the proposal you're doing? It's physicality, it's music, it's also this taste of cabaret characteristic to the Lillies. What is it?
Yeah, obviously we're doing a very different way of presenting Hamlet's Shakespeare. We are doing a very, very text-mind and visuality, and also the musicality of this production is very important for us. And the cooperation between the music and the text, I think it's very interesting for us to see how can we produce Shakespeare today and Hamlet today in a new way.
A new way which has a characteristic flavor of the Lillies. Is it your first approach to Shakespeare? How do you find it? How does it enrich you?
Sure, yeah, this is the first time, probably be the last. The time we'll do Shakespeare. Well, unless somebody asks, maybe Martin wants to do another one in a few years. But yeah, it's our first one and our last one, and it's always interesting to do different things. We've done a few different things. We've done children's books, everything from children's books to Hamlet. So it's nice to do different things.
Absolutely. Now, there's physicality and there's also some visual part. There's also some composition. How do you mingle all these elements as to achieve this staging?
It's a little bit like a puzzle. On one side you have the music, on the other side you have the text, and you have to try to see how can we tell the story and implement these different ways and methods of producing the theater piece. And I think that was the interesting part, how to make the music and the text and the way to produce it to tell the story to our hearts instead of to our mind. And I think Shakespeare traditionally talks, at least the way we see Shakespeare, always talks to our mind. And there's the way of trying to compose music and to tell it in another way actually tells the story in a way that we conceived it in another way. And I think that's the beauty of the performance.
Prince Hamlet is stricken with grief. Prince Hamlet is stricken with grief.
You composed 40-something pieces of music. How did it happen?
Oh, I just wrote them really. Sort of just wrote loads of songs, and then we just met and threw out the ones we didn't like as much, and kept the ones that are in the show now. Yeah, that's it really.
Far beyond that, the actors as well. You chose a young girl for the original staging. What will we see here?
First of all, it was quite challenging for us because this is like a main character, some of the things that all actors dream of. Ophelia is like the most important role, and to choose a girl that was only 15 years when we had the premiere was quite interesting for us. First of all, because the vulnerability of her, I think, is very important for us to understand the way that she comes from being a happy situation to be insane to actually commit suicide. And I think that was important for us to show that she's a young and vulnerable person. But we also use her in a more emotional way. She's connecting very much in the show to the music of the scenes. And also, she's a physical actor, so she actually works with her physicality in the show. And that actually amplifies and underlines the story that we usually don't see, in my opinion, when you read the text itself.
One phrase, how would you define Shakespeare?
How would I define Shakespeare? Well, he's a bit like Elvis Presley of the 17th century.
Well, the king is dead, long live the king. Well, the king is dead, long live the king. Well, Prince Hamlet is filled with grief. He feels his father has been